Hello and welcome to another episode of the Williams Learning Lab. Today we're on the topic of atomic structure and we'll be understanding isotopes in this lesson. Let's begin. Okay, the atomic number is important because it identifies the number of protons of an element. If the number of protons change, then it is a different element. If you look at the periodic table, you'll notice that there is one of the numbers that looks like it's in numerical order. As you go from left to right, it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and it just keeps going up. That is the atomic number. You change the number of protons, then you have a different element altogether. Okay? So, as we just said, changing the atomic number is going to change the element. So here we have hydrogen with an atomic number 1, helium with atomic number of 2, lithium with atomic number of 3. So I have 3 diagrams down here of hydrogen, helium, and lithium. And so we can get a visual of this. In the nucleus, we have 1 proton because the atomic number is 1. Helium has 2 protons because the atomic number is 2. Lithium, you have 1, 2, 3 protons because the atomic number is 3. So you'll notice that the neutrons don't just go up by 1. That's because a particular element can have different number of neutrons and still be the same element. It will still react chemically the same, but once we start talking about nuclear reactions, they will be different. So isotopes, these are atoms of the same element, but they have different number of neutrons, okay? So changing the number of protons makes it a new element altogether. An isotope has a different number of neutrons. It does affect its nuclear stability, so that's why it's important. Same number of protons, but different number of neutrons. And when we look at the periodic table for this, we'll be looking at the mass number, okay? The mass number identifies the number of protons plus neutrons in the atom's nucleus. It doesn't directly tell you the number of neutrons. You got to take the mass number and subtract the atomic number, okay? Because protons and neutrons are what contribute to the mass of an atom. And that mass number, that combined number, is really important when you are measuring out a particular amount of substance. Okay, so here's some examples of different isotopes of hydrogen. So in this case, we have protium. This is the most common hydrogen. It is like 99.98% of the hydrogen on planet Earth. It consists of 1 proton. The next one is called deuterium. Deuterium still has 1 proton because it's still technically a hydrogen element, but it has an extra neutron. So it's going to have a mass of 2 because the protons and neutrons are what contribute to mass. Tritium, hydrogen's radioactive isotope, has 1 proton because it's still technically a hydrogen isotope, and it has 2 neutrons. Okay, they all chemically react like hydrogen, however, they have different nuclear properties. And so let's look at it in this way. So for these hydrogen isotopes, okay, protium has 1 proton, because all of them will have 1 proton, because they're isotopes of hydrogen. It has 0 neutrons. So the mass number would be 1 proton plus 0 neutrons to give us a mass number of 1. Deuterium has 1 proton because it's a hydrogen isotope. It has 1 neutron. So the mass number would be 1 proton plus 1 neutron for a mass number of 2. Tritium has 1 proton because it is still a hydrogen isotope. It has a total of 2 neutrons, and so it has a mass of 1 proton plus 2 neutrons, which gives us 3. Okay, all considered hydrogen, but these are isotopes of hydrogen. Okay, so we have different ways to write isotopes. Okay, the first one is going to be called the hyphen notation. This one is pretty easy to understand. The way to indicate an isotope by writing the element name followed by a hyphen and the mass number. So that protium that we saw on the previous page, hydrogen-1. Okay, that's hydrogen 1. That's how you'd read it. Hydrogen 2, well, you would write it as hydrogen-2. Hydrogen 3, or tritium, would be hydrogen-3. So it's much easier to identify them this way. There's 118 known elements on the periodic table, and there are numerous more isotopes. So we might not be able to easily memorize all the names and understand what they are, so we indicate it by this hyphen notation. There is another notation, okay? This is the nuclear symbol notation. It's a way to indicate an isotope by using the element symbol, superscript, and the subscript. The superscript is what indicates the mass number. The subscript, the number that's down below, indicates the atomic number, okay? Because the mass number tells the number of protons plus neutrons. The atomic number tells us the number of protons, right? So all the isotopes of a particular element will have the same subscript. The thing that's going to change is the mass number, okay? And you should be able to recognize that if there's a mass number change, that is a neutron change. So here are some examples of this. See if I can zoom in a bit. All right. We have hydrogen. It has an atomic number of 1, so it has 1 proton. It has a mass number of 1, and so that tells us it has 0 neutrons, because protons plus neutrons give us the mass number. Okay, hydrogen 2, it has 1 proton because it's still a hydrogen isotope, and it has 1 neutron because 1 proton plus however many neutrons gives us 2. 1 plus 1 gives us 2. Hydrogen 3, also known as tritium, 1 proton plus 2 neutrons give it a mass of 3. And other examples such as helium. Helium has 2 protons, and for helium 3, what we have here is 2 protons plus 1 neutron for helium 3, for a mass number of 3. Helium 4 has an atomic number of 2. So an atomic number 2 says 2 protons plus another 2 neutrons give us a mass number of 4. And so then if we were just to write that out, okay, this would indicate hydrogen 1, hydrogen 2, hydrogen 3, helium 3, helium 4. And so get used to seeing these in various forms and just recognize what they are when you see them. The reason why we have this version up here is because we'll use those in nuclear reactions. All right. All right, guys, if you have any questions, leave them in the comment section below. Thank you very much for Thank you very much for watching. If you have found any value from this, I'd appreciate it if you like, comment, or subscribed. And until the next lesson, you have a nice day. Thank you.